What is up, people? What is up, heathens? Rev Avi checking in live for the Magic Quarantine Talk. What's going on, people? I am here. What's up, Legion? Checking in. So, what's up? It's Monday, right? It's Monday night. So today we're going to talk about a great topic. This one's going to be about BDSM. Okay, we're going to talk about BDSM tonight and its relation because I've had some negative feedback, as usual. Super duper controversial here. But we're going to address that. We're going to talk about BDSM, its role, where does it come in with all this stuff. We're going to address that tonight, okay, and cover some of that stuff. So, as usual, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to get here. If you've got friends that are in the group, of course, tag those guys so we can get them on here. If you're watching this on YouTube, guys, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. If you're not part of the Discord, guys, get on the Discord. Get on the Discord. We have great voice chats on there. That's what we can talk on there. Everybody has a voice on there. Not just me, okay? These live chats are great, but I love it when you guys can talk back at me. Look, my comments are working today. Great. What's up, Izzy? What's up, Rhino? Cool. So, get on the Discord. Of course, one of the admins will share the link during the live. Feel free to join us, guys. Check out our website, Bdsm.org. Join us if you agree with the stuff we're talking about. If you want to learn what the hell we're about. If you're curious what we're up to, what's going on with our organization and stuff like that, check out our website, okay? Feel free to join us and see what we are about, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, like I always do, ramble a bit, give you a chance to get on here, okay? So what's up, guys? I see you checking in really fast today. Cool. So yeah, BDSM is the topic tonight. Juicy one. What's up? What's up? What's up, Izzy? Oh, you're here with shitty service. That's okay. That's okay. You know, we'll just make it work anyway. Okay? So, yeah, I'll wait till a few more people get on here and then we'll jump on, okay? We'll jump on this topic. It's going to be a good one, all right? So, with that said, I've been, a lot of people have been asking me some crazy questions. I've been getting some crazy questions. We were I was involved in a conversation earlier and somebody was like, is that like Aleister Crowley? You know? And I was like, I've been compared to him, but my theology is different. I am not like Aleister Crowley or the LTO or what anything that they were doing, okay? I'm totally different from their mindset. We have some similar things in regards to simply just using sex magic here, but we are different, okay? What's up, Susie? What's up, Ace? Okay, I'm gonna jump in. So we got some people here. Cool, check it out. Let's dive right in. Tonight we're gonna talk about BDSM. This is gonna be good. So let's start at the beginning, right? And that's where I love to begin. So with all of this stuff, all right, with all of this stuff, the magic and the idea of using it and everything like that, here we have the understanding of mentalism, okay? The universe is mental and everything is mind. That is the starting point of our magical understanding, okay? Our starting point for magical understanding, okay? And if you start there, then you can start to make sense of things, right? And one of the other lives, I'm not sure if it was the last one or the one before that, but I've done a lot of these. I mentioned the pineal gland, right? And its role in awakening it, and its role in the spiritual powers and the overall religious experience in total, right? That's the key, is awakening that the pineal gland, right? And so with that in mind, you have to understand why sex magic is the most powerful form of ritual magic, right? That is the reason why. The pineal gland is directly connected to your sexual organs, okay? So therefore, if you're not having great sex, you probably don't have a really great spiritual connection, okay? They're directly related. So that serpent mind, the old mind, the reptilian mind, is responsible for the pineal gland. It's directly connected to the sexual organs, okay? If you saw the brain as having separate parts, that is a completely separate mind. And so that is why orgasm and sex is directly related to magic, okay? So, moving forward, how does sex become great, right? How does it become great? There's a lot of people out there that practice BDSM and it's not spiritual, right? What makes it so spiritual for us? What makes it so special for us, right here in demonism? Why did I decide to write a whole book that includes the aspects of this stuff? Okay, um, the reason is because the pineal gland is attached to the sexual organs, people. And if you're using the methods that I'm teaching you here, it's going to involve, of course, the stuff in my second book, which is mesmerism. So we're going to be learning to affect the mind on such a deep level, okay, as to create real, true subconscious phenomena. And then on top of that, we're going to combine the aspect of sexuality, but not just any sexuality, specifically one that is directly related to having someone in a hypnotic or mesmeric state, okay, and controlling them or something like that, right? And BDSM. So now we have a method to truly scientifically try to activate someone's pineal gland using left-hand path studies. Okay, so this is super science here. This is not something that is made up or pretend. There's real science involved here. And this is a real path and a real study. And my wife's phone's ringing, so let me stop it. Hang on. So yeah, a lot of people think that this stuff is just a lot of mumbo jumbo. And the reason that I'm here specifically, the reason I'm doing a lot of the stuff that I'm doing and teaching the things that I am is because they're backed by science. Okay, we know that this stuff works. We know that through these techniques, you really can access someone's subconscious mind and have very unexplainable phenomena take place. We know what the phenomena is, okay? But as far as the inner workings and complete understanding of the mind, science just hasn't made it there yet, okay? So there's a space in the room for spiritual understanding and esoteric study here alongside the real science that exists, okay? And that's the beauty of all of this. So with that said, let me back up a little bit, and then I'll get into a little bit more into the BDSM, okay? And specifically how it can be used, a couple of ways it's used, okay? Susie, what's up? I see she's here. Async, cool. Pussy power. So yeah. Cool. Ryan says they're related, but don't have sex if both of you are related. This isn't Alabama. Okay. That's funny. So before we get into any further into the BDSM, let me make something very, 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 very clear. Okay. Nothing, not a goddamn thing that we do here should ever be done without consent between both partners. Now, I think that should go without saying. If you don't have enough common sense to know to abide by the law, you probably shouldn't be here, okay? And you definitely should be learning any of the stuff that I'm teaching. In fact, it's all bullshit. Just leave now and go back to doing what you were doing previously. But understand that, you got to have common sense with this stuff, people. Everything's done with consent, including BDSM, okay? It has that element of appearing to be, cruel or extra like that, or given the appearance of non-consent. But it's always, there's always an element of consent involved, okay, with play. You have to understand that. That's the start of this, okay? Once you get past, now that we have the consent element established, let's talk about some ways in which this can be used, okay, from a magical standpoint. So now that we talked about the idea of using trance, right? Imagine this, okay, you and a partner or several partners, okay, in a situation where you have a definite way to, you're all skilled with a definite way to access the subconscious mind, okay? And then after having those skills, okay, you can then establish a routine of ritual that is specifically aimed at accessing each person's subconscious triggers, okay? So this is next level like thinking, and I don't think there needs to be a whole lot explained there, okay, as far as orgasms and teasing and and pain and the various aspects of BDSM go, okay, it should always be pleasurable in the end, of course, because we're aiming to, of course, reach that higher Kundalini state, right? That magical state. So understand that this is something that is done with the intention of creating something magical, okay? This isn't done with solely the intention of dominating or hurting another person. Okay, so I'm offering you a very real way that you can use this in a magical and spiritual evolutionary context. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So this book that I just published, which is over here on the shelf, let me grab it. This one right here, Demonism, Phantasmagoria of the Mind, Demonic and Vampiric Sorcery. This is going to go over the various psychological aspects. This is a huge book, by the way. It's going to go over the various psychological aspects involved with BDSM, okay? It's going to go over the psychological aspects that are involved with left-hand path study, okay? That a lot of people skip over from great authors like Carl Jung, okay? This is going to be a culmination of my more than 20 years of studying this stuff. Okay, it's been more than 20 years now. So hopefully this can offer people some real value, a different way at looking at things, and a very realistic way to apply sex magic and ritual magic, okay? So with that said, I'm going to open up for some questions, okay? Let me scroll around here, see if there's some questions. Cool. Rhino says the beads come out slow. Your partner isn't a lawnmower. Oh my God! You know what? Let's keep it PG. I gotta put this on YouTube at some point. Let's keep it PG, guys. At least PG-ish, right? Something cool. So I'll wait for some questions to fly in, see what's up. So this is a great topic. It's directly involved with the book that I just published. But as always, you got to understand there's a lot of different aspects involved with the things that we're studying here. It's not just one thing. I mean, this is a culmination of stuff from all over the world, okay? We have the definition of energy and stuff like that from the Eastern traditions, also looking at Hindu traditions and, the Vedas, and studying, the history of giants. I did a great blog on giants. And I mean, we're studying all kinds of stuff here. And not saying that any one thing is a definite truth, but understanding that in order to really be, okay, involved with evolution and spiritual study, we have to be seeking truth, right? And that means test everything and believe nothing, right? So we have to be on that journey for truth. And in order to be on that journey, you have to become the seeker, okay? You have to become the seeker. Izzy says, how do dynamics come into play when rituals are performed? So I'm guessing by, okay, I see your next part. It says, like DS and etc. Okay, so some of the dynamics, I don't want to give away too much, of course, because I want you to still have a reason to purchase the book. There's a lot of stuff in there. I don't want to play it down by trying like, okay, this explains what's in there. It really doesn't. Okay, there's a deeper element to it. But on the core, you could basically say that as far as the dynamics go, there's going to be someone that's leading, right, in the sense of being the dom, okay? And then there's going to be the initiate, or the witch that is receiving, the witch that is trying to go deeper into the trance state. So one person will be leading into the trance state, and then the other person will be receiving, and on the receiving end trying to go deeper into their trance state. Now, from the context of studying demonism as a whole, as practitioners, you should be trying to do both. You should be trying to yourself always be going deeper into those states, okay? But then also, you need to understand how to lead someone else into those states. That is what creates true magical phenomena, okay? That's the path to true initiation for others, to be able to teach you guys how to initiate others, okay? So the way to do this, okay, is to have a balance of dom and subspace. It cannot just be solely about the sub, and it cannot just be solely about something that the dom has set up in advance that, like, for instance, the sub doesn't know about. This has to be a culmination of coming together and having, figured out what the exact plan should be to activate that person's inner mind. And that's all that I'm going to say about that. I hope that makes sense, okay? So what's up? I see some new people on here. What's going on, guys? Drop me something, hit the like button. What's up? I think these are actually new people that are in the group. So what's up, guys? I'm Rev Avi. I've been studying this stuff, the occult, various aspects of left-hand path study, Satanism. I came from Wicca very young, and I just study so much stuff. Aleister Crowley, Carl Jung, you name it. I've looked into it. Okay. Now the stuff that I'm telling you guys about now, this does involve, like I said, some aspects of sex magic, but I've never seen a book that's presented it in this type of context. Okay, is what I'm trying to say here. I've never seen anyone anywhere else take BDSM and combine it with sex magic and the context of learning mesmeric techniques in an effort to access the pineal gland and showing how this is truly scientifically possible. I'm the only place that's ever done anything like this. Okay. Rhino says, the wife and I did pet play for a while. She runs the house. Thanks for sharing this. This is very open. She runs the house, but I run that part. She really enjoyed it, me taking charge over the area of our life. The balance is understanding each other and limits and like things. Yeah. So, but going further than that, we're talking magically. Okay. Magically, if we're talking realistically and magically, okay, let's give some real context to this. So, because people don't believe in magic powers, some people think it's bullshit. I get it. There's some atheists out there. So there's history with this stuff, guys. Okay. The idea of psychic powers and magic powers is not just myths and legends. There's real history to this stuff. Okay. Not only that, but science. Nowadays, modern science is proving that history to be factual. So there are various things being done that are proving psychic abilities and stuff like that exist. Okay, quantum science is constantly proving that this type of thing is very, very valid. Okay, so with that in mind, the idea of like occult powers, of having magical powers. If we want to look to a source, okay, that's been around forever to try to explain this, you could go to Hinduism and have a look at the Vedas and the Yoga Sutras and the Siddhis, okay? The Siddhis are a list of 28 magical powers that are supposed to be able to be achieved, and these are not written as myth. These are matter-of-fact statements that are in the Yoga Sutras that say that there's 28 powers you can develop by practicing yoga and meditation, okay? So outside of that, that is at least one historical source that we have that speaks of magical powers that people take very, very literally. Okay, this is their history and their entire country's, like thing. So you can't say that this is like not something that has foundation. People genuinely believe in this stuff. Okay, and so with that in mind, bringing it to this context. If we're looking at numerology, right, and the idea of duality, because we come from the context of the 7 Hermetic laws here, right? If we're looking at the context of duality, then what we're having here is a matching of that 28, okay, 28 magical powers with coming together with 2 and 8, making 10, which is the 10 senses that I described to you in Semita Diorum. Okay, this balance sort of thing comes all the way back full circle when you start looking at sex and BDSM and how it's supposed to work together. It may seem like I'm rambling, but understand that this is all about balance. And even the Baphomet, okay, and I love my statue behind me, but the Baphomet itself represents balance. I saw someone saying, "Oh, Baphomet represents feminine power." It doesn't. Baphomet has breasts and a phallus. That's both. That's feminine power, okay? And masculine power coming together to create this balance and awakening the Kundalini and the spiritual state that we're talking about, okay? This is all about that, all right? I hope this is making sense. Izzy says, putting two ideas together, can you activate the whole set of chakras during sex magic and the right trance state? Yes, Izzy, that was a great question. Yes, you can activate the entire Kundalini. Kundalini can be awakened instantly with sex magic. Yes, that is the whole point of what I'm trying to teach you guys here. Okay, and I hope this makes sense. So not only does it happen for one person, with the experience that me and Bram were sharing with you guys, and of course some other members I've also had. Okay, this is what happens simultaneously for the people involved in the sex act. Okay, specifically. So both people get instant awakening of their primordial life force. Okay, so this is the culmination of light and dark coming together, the sun and the moon coming together, right, to create that primal energy force. That is the super magical power that everyone's talking about. Once you tap into this energy, you can keep it. Okay, is the idea. Now, if you want to understand what I'm talking about, you'd have to have a little bit of an understanding of the Tao. Okay, if you look into Taoism or Taoism, as some people say it, but if you look into Taoism, then you'll understand the concept of light and dark coming together, right? Or male and female coming together, or the yin and yang coming together to create that primal force. This is something that a person can constantly carry with them. Okay, this energy source. It's not just something that you experience for a few seconds and it goes away. Okay, I hope this is starting to make sense. So there's some other aspects that are involved to this, and other things that, of course, I'm going to teach as we go along, but hopefully this will really help you guys get to the core of how this can actually work. Okay. Rhino, everything breaks down to 369. Yeah, it does. It really does. It really does. Everything breaks down to 369, dude. And I talk so much about it that I'm not going to go into that. But I'm obsessed with those numbers for a reason. Nikola Tesla was obsessed with those numbers for a reason. They are the totality that explains this reality and the manifestation of magic. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. All right, so I've been on somewhere around 25 minutes. Of course, I'm going to jump off at 30 minutes, guys. So I'll open up for some more questions. This is great. Keep it going. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Ask some more questions, and I'll just keep answering whatever you guys pop in there. Let me see if there's some more up here that I missed. I don't see any. Okay, cool. I don't see any that I missed. But yeah, everything does break down to 369. Okay. This is powerful stuff. Okay. The two create the third, right? This is how life is created. I hope this makes sense. But yeah, this is how all of this works. I'm going to have a sip of this fabulous coffee that my wife made for me. All right, and I'll go into some more of the BDSM stuff since I've got a few minutes here. So check it out. Let's go more into the BDSM aspect of all of this, right? Now, I'll do a one-up. Let's go inside the book. Let's give you guys a peek in here. So I'm talking about this book, but what's really in here? Let's talk about some of the BDSM stuff that's in here. So one aspect of BDSM that's in here, okay, is the idea of, well, I don't want to read it specifically verbatim, but I will give you a great idea of something that can be done with the combination of mesmerism and BDSM and the idea of sorcery. I'll give you a combination of that here. I don't even have to read it out of the book. I'll just give you an idea of that. So the idea of using mesmeric sorcery and BDSM and, of course, vampirism, right? Because the book's on that. So one of the known vampiric powers is the ability to be able to hypnotize. Okay? And a lot of people forget about that. That is a known vampiric power. Look into my eyes. Okay? Look into my eyes, right? That is a known vampiric power, right? Which I'm going to teach you exactly how to do in that book. And along with that, okay, so imagine a BDSM session that starts looking into my eyes, and then not only does a person actually go to sleep, okay, because it's real mesmeric trance, okay, not only do they actually go to sleep, you could do something along the lines of BDSM where you tie them up with invisible rope, which is also something that I teach you how to do inside that book. So this goes into the realm of having real mesmeric, vampiric sorcery powers that you can display in a sexual way that's super hot, okay? But also is actually very magical for you and the person that gets to see it and be involved with this type of stuff, right? So there's an idea of something that you experience inside the book. So with that said, guys, I'm not saying too many questions. So I'm going to jump out of here. I'll open up for a few more. Susie, that dang pic you posted earlier that made me dizzy. I scrolled past it really fast. I'm like, no. So I'll tell you a little bit about the hypnotic spirals and what they're good for. So for some people, it depends on how they learn. It depends on how every person learns. Everyone learns differently, right? For some people, visual stuff just doesn't work for them, okay? They are auditory people. They are hands-on people. Just seeing something isn't enough for them. They got to do it themselves in order for it to make sense to them, right? The idea of the hypnotic spirals is that this offers a way to create visual illusion for someone that may not be prone to having visual illusions occur. So you could stare at the spirals, okay? The idea is to stare at them for an extended period of time. And I didn't teach how to use them in any of the books because it's really not that important once you understand, of course, the foundation of what I'm teaching. But the idea is to have them, have someone or yourself fixate on the center of it, okay, for an extended period of time. Usually about 30 to 60 seconds is sufficient, okay? And once you do, you can look away at something and your eyes will have a visual illusion of that thing still moving or swaying or whatever. Now, the best way to use the hypnotic spirals is with a mantra or like a, one of those spiral like geometric displays. There's another way to explain it. Some people don't know what the hell that is, so let me try to explain it differently. They're just big geometric displays with lots of colors. They look like portals, okay? But you could use the hypnotic spiral, then stare into, your mantra or whatever it is, and then it looks like that thing, the stationary thing, is moving, and you could actually go into it. So this aids in going into that trance, into getting you into the right frame of mind, okay? I hope that makes sense. So use this on yourself if you can't get into the idea of having those visual illusions occur. Or you can use it with someone else. It doesn't matter. Izzy says, ritual space plus giant plus dungeon plus, plus question mark. That's pretty much the idea, Izzy. You're pretty much there, right? You've got it. You're hitting it right on the head there, okay? Susie says, yeah, that make me uncomfortable. What does that mean? I'm not sure what she means, but what makes her uncomfortable? Please be a little bit more specific. Rhino says, psilocybin makes stationary things move as well. Yes. Various psychedelics do have a place and use here. I do talk about all of them in the book as well, okay? Because they are sacred sacraments that have been used for rituals for years. So it would be foolish of me not to mention the fact that that could instantly zap you into another dimension, right? Susie, the spirals make me uncomfortable, like I refuse to look. Okay, it's up to you. Some people don't like the visual spirals and stuff like that. It's fine. You don't have to use that. Like I said, that's not the only way to get someone in a trance. That's just the most commonly known way. Everybody knows the spinning spiral, right? That's just one of the most commonly seen ways. But the stuff that I teach doesn't involve any type of spiral or anything like that. Rhino, sometimes uncomfortable is welcome for certain things. Yeah, you have to learn to deal with uncomfortable. That's part of the going deep process, right? Is getting to the cliff and then not knowing if you're going to fall, if someone's going to push you or whatever. You have to get to that point of letting go. And that's the whole point, right? Susie, I think that maybe I'm vulnerable to the spiral. Good. And if you are, then definitely make use of that. Michelle, What's up, Michelle? Michelle Lee says, sex magic is almost just as good solely for magic purposes as well as BDSM. So sex magic in itself is useful, but the problem is most people, I mean, everyone on the planet is screwing and having sex. Let's just be realistic here, right? But not everybody's screwing and having sex and going, holy shit, I think I had a spiritual awakening. That's not happening. Okay. So the idea is why? Why isn't that happening for those people? I know for a fact it can't happen. It's happened to me. It's happened to others. I know for a fact it's real. Okay. So why is it not happening for everyone? And if it's a key element, since everybody's doing so much screwing anyway, if it's something we're going to do anyway, then how can we use something that we already are going to do in an effort to get our magical powers going? Okay. This is what I'm thinking here. There's a lot of systems that people can mention that are supposed to lead to psychic awakening. Like, for instance, the stupid Golden Dawn, okay? And I just hate these guys. And some of the other guys hate these guys, too, so I'm going to bash on them tonight. Because I always pick on co-editing. So it's their turn. I'm going to pick on somebody else tonight. One of the things they tell you to do is, like, imagine shapes, right? Like a yellow triangle or a green square, a red circle, right? And you got you fucking sitting around with your eyes shut trying to imagine fucking shapes, right? How does that compare to getting whacked off? I'm sorry, to getting whacked off in a fancy way. How does that even compare? It doesn't. Okay? It doesn't. You can sit around forever and breathe. Deep breathe. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I think I'm feeling something. Nothing beats actually feeling something. And I hope this is making sense, guys. Not only that, but I mentioned in the beginning of the live, the pineal gland, which is the third eye, okay, is connected directly to your sexual organs. There's no faster way than through the O, okay? It's literally connected to the reptilian mind, okay? So the idea is to bypass the critical, okay? Get past the stupid critical thinking mind and get to the, oh yeah, feeling mind, okay? And access the spiritual shit, okay? That's the idea here. And it's working for a lot of people, okay? This is the route to doing that. That's why you see so many ancient pictures of people getting it on, okay? Because that's the way to do it, okay? That's why they had so many fucking orgies back in the day, because they were like, look, you just got to get it on and we can talk right to the gods, you know? We'll know exactly what the gods want. Yeah, I hope this is making sense out there, guys. I really do hope this is making sense to you guys. Yeah, sorry, I went on a rant there. But okay, I'm going to wrap it up. Much love out there. We can do a voice chat if you guys want to keep talking. Jump on the Discord. Drop the link, somebody, please. Much love. We'll jump on Discord, do a voice chat, and I'll see you guys in the next one.